So shloka begins with Tasma Swamatmana Rajan Hari Sarvatra Sarvada Shrotavya Kirtavyascha Smartavyo Bhagavan Nina. O King, it is therefore essential that every human being hear about, glorify and remember the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, always and everywhere. Now, therefore means it's kind of conclusion. So we have understood. Let us see whether we have understood. Sometimes people say, we should not worship idols. You heard that? Idol worship. And that's why I recently in Sri Lanka, there's 1,600 Sri Vaishnavas were slaughtered. And the deity was saved, the beautiful deity. These are all Swayambhu Adbhuta deity, correct? Balaji or this is special deities. And I think for the Sri Vaishnava, they considered it number one, Sri Lanka as a number one place. The deity was taken to Tirupati. The other king gave protection. So anyway, sometimes it's very easy to counter argue. How? I'll give you. What does it mean worshipping the deity? What do you do worship? Worship means, it is said, worship means to treat the deity like a child. We bathe, we dress, we feed. Correct? That you are doing for your child also, no? Suppose somebody says, why you do idol worship? That means, what we are doing for the deity, you are doing for your child. You are worshipping your child because there is no difference. You are bathing, we are feeding, we are dressing. That you are doing for your child also. And then anyway you are an atheist. So what's the difference between deity and your child? That is also a bunch of chemical, that is also a bunch of chemical. That is made of metal, that is made of bone and so many obnoxious things actually, don't want water. That is at least some gold or panchaloha, or marble. That is some packet of so many things. We are not saying have not an affection for the child, but I am saying that already you are worshipping matter of idol. You are already doing idol worship. Why you are saying to our idol worship? Then you may say, no, actually we so much enjoyment we get, therefore you do. We also get enjoyment. Where is your argument? When you have a right to enjoy in your own way, we have to enjoy right in our own way. Correct? True. So what is the argument? We should not do it. Foolish argument. And then similarly, you may say that, why do you, some people say, why do you sing this Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna? Maybe you keep singing the same nonsense film song every day. Sometimes the same song somebody will sing in bathroom or every same nonsense film song every day. So I am also singing. Why do you sing? And I enjoy that. I enjoy this. You see, any activity actually, there is no difference. They are also doing it. So similarly, we are hearing about Krishna. You may read some, novel. You may see some movie. Or, people are not as very fond of seeing movies. Or they read a novel. Or they read some Harry Potter. Or fictitious stories, no? Anyway, there is a tendency to hear about something. All are fictitious. But here I am hearing about Krishna. And Shanavatam Sakata Krishna, the difference is Punya Shamana Kirtana. It will Punya. So auspicious. It's like Prabhupada says, the same internal energy of the Lord acting in the spiritual world is called Subhadra. Subhadra means all auspicious. And same internal energy when acting in the world becomes Bhadra. Very dangerous. The same way, when you hear about Krishna, or you hear about any pastimes of Krishna, you hear about his holy name, you hear about his activities, his qualities, it is all auspicious. And when you hear about something in the middle world, it is all inauspicious. All inauspicious. Therefore, Prabhupada is saying in the purport, inauspicious sound vibrated by inauspicious people. Very dangerous to hear. Shanavatam Sakata Krishna Punya Shamana Kirtana. And Shanavatam, this Maya Katha or Gram, Shanavatam Grama Katha, not Punya, Papa, Shamana Kirtana. You will get all sinful desires loaded in your heart. Therefore, hearing is something. Right? It looks like, why we are telling this again and again. See, the point is that, I've said that many times, just like before a cricket match, all the cricketers gather together in a circle. Circle. And what they say? This match we are going to win. True or not? Even before a football match, they all gather. We are going to win this match. The same way, we are also gathering every week. Actually, we should gather every day. Every day, every week, we are gathering to rededicate ourselves. Yes, this life, we have to see Krishna face to face. Nothing less. That is our ambition. But then, the process we are adopting is not whimsical. This is a path given by the Lord. Yesterday I was explaining this point to them. We were talking about understanding of consciousness. And I'll just tell you some points on it. Sunday class is like a revision of what all we developed in the week, sometimes. A morning class. Evening though we have a huge chapter to do, no time. If I try to explain something, it will become 10 o'clock there. There itself is a challenge. Anyway, it's a very nice point. I'll just develop it very nicely. See, the point is that today, we develop even about God, we develop even about soul. Today, the different approach of science and God. Let us take the approach, understand the difference. Modern science approach is called an ascending approach. Basically, we don't accept an authority. They do say they accept some authority, but they change that also if they want. They said at a particular time, the Newton said, I see world as particles, and then they changed it. And then today, quantum theory is the most fundamental theory. That's already out. This is like what is taught in schools and colleges is, outdated science. It's all over actually. Nothing remaining in that. Because it doesn't behave. Fundamental particles don't follow your Newton. They behave in very funny ways actually. In fact, at an opportunity, I would have shown you one video. Should I show now? I'll show you a funny video. Okay, so we came to therefore. So now I'll give you one more reason therefore. There are so many reasons of therefore. So there is a difference between the ascending and the descending knowledge. Now let us see how do they approach. First, the basic thing. There are three things: matter, there is consciousness, and there is God. How we understand matter is in a descending way. Now, many times mistake that we do is that we are in a spiritual domain. Many people try to do like this. They say, by science I'll prove God. You can't do it. Because science has not developed that much. This ascending approach has not come to that level. You'll make fool of yourself. Like this creationist group. They go to the university and they try to debate with scientists. And they make fool of themselves at home. Because the reason is science has not developed to that platform at all. Number one. Number two is that one thing you forget, that the foundation of science is Western philosophy. There are so many philosophers involved in that. And in that foundation, soul and God doesn't exist only. How will you prove that? It's not possible. Recently one scientist was there. I told his argument last time. What is the scientist who can't even write?
Stephen Hawking.
He said that, did I tell this point last time? He said, Stephen Hawking made a statement, in science we don't need God. The point is, what is science first? Let us understand. Science is nothing, but you are having a certain experience in this world, which is called an experiential world. Technical name in philosophy is called phenomenal world. Because scientists are very expert in giving big names, particularly in medicine, huge names they give. Recently some new kind of infection has started in America, which is 20,000 people are infected with it. It's some kind of fungus which comes from the sand. It goes to the lung, then it goes to the bones, it goes to the brain. But the name of that is like this much big. You get scared when you hear it. They are still not exhausted all the names. I don't know why I give such names. And then people have to cram those names. So anyway, so they give this called phenomenal world. It's nothing but a world of your experience. Okay? Beyond this world of experience is called external world. And beyond that is the real world. They themselves say, we don't know what is the external world, we don't know what is the real world. We all live in the world of our experience. Just like you say, this is red, it is all called democracy. Because 20 people are saying it is red, therefore it is red. That's all. Vote. And there is no other way you can verify. That is actually a fact. So anyway, so now when you see the phenomenal world, you see some things happening in this world. It's like a fan is rotating, something is, I take this thing and I drop it. Now, what do? You go to a fantasy world of your mathematics. In that, develop some kind of a curve, some formula. You try fx, a function, equal to x plus x squared plus 3. And you get a curve. You get hundreds of curves. And then you see some condition in which it was thrown, what velocity. It will fit one of those curves, correct? In the same formula, for different values, you'll get so many curves. You keep changing the value of x, correct? So, a particular set of condition, you make a state and you throw that object, just like you throw this with zero velocity, you create a state and then you throw. So, it started from a zero velocity, this much distance is there, it will fall at this much, s equal to ut plus half at square. And then you put the values. It started from zero velocity, so ut is 0, half it. Like that you calculate. And then this function, and you see it fell at the same time. You have a stopwatch, it fell at the same time. Your theory is confirmed. And previously the scientists thought, therefore, they are discovering laws which is there in this world. Interestingly, now they've given up that idea. You know that? They've given up that idea. They have come out with the quinine and one more person under determination hypothesis. They're saying the same phenomenon can be explained by 100 theories, which are all contrasting to each other. This shock they got when previously everything is Newton. Now Newton is prehistoric, it's outdated science, nobody uses it. They use either relativity or quantum, correct? Now you come to here, Einstein explains in relativity model, gravity in a different way. They say there is nothing like gravity, it's a space-time curvature. Yesterday we were studying that, trying to understand. They don't agree to gravity. They say it's just a space-time curvature and the mass is being distributed, that's all. They don't talk about gravity. They talk the same phenomena, they're explaining in a completely different phenomena and it gives the same observation. It accounts for the same observation. Just like previously, some people used to build the whole chart of planets moving. That's the first law in Einstein's theory of relativity. Now we are sitting here and a spaceship has come on Earth. It is moving. Okay? Now you can't say spaceship feels you are moving because he feels he is stationary. We feel he is moving. He says we can't ever determine who is moving. But we can say relative to each other. So similarly, you got it? It's a common sense. You are moving in one train and another train is there. Sometimes what happens is that you get some vague kind of experience. Like, see, we can't say who is moving actually. In my, just like I am here, Earth is rotating with some fantastic speed. It is going around Sun with a fantastic speed. But I am feeling I am at rest, and I feel Sun is moving, isn't it? So based on that, I can make so many my theorems and everything, and then if you want me, I will predict tomorrow at one time what time sunrise will happen, what time Grahana will happen, what time this will happen, everything I'll predict perfectly. And you may have another model that everything is moving around the sun, correct? It is more, the equations are more easier, that's all. But you can't say which one is happening. You got the point? You got the point? Because both give you the same prediction. That is how any theory is verified. And once the predictions are matching, then the mathematics slowly becomes physics and then you can apply into so many domains. So the point is understood, this point? That is your theory. So you have created a theory or your fantasy world in which you didn't put God. Just like I told you, I think last time. A child creates his fantasy world at home where there is no father and mother. It's very convenient. I can watch. Just like I remember when I was a child, moment father has gone to office and our mother has gone to some boy go for shopping, we used to run, open the TV and watch it because they're just studying. They will be waiting, both of them.
So in our fantasy world, when both are not there, it's very nice. Correct? So similarly, we may create a fantasy world in which we didn't put God. So now you say in that God is not there, that's foolishness, no? Like a child has created his fantasy world where parents are not there. True? And in that he says, in his world, there is no need of God. That is, you only created that. So similarly, we have only created the theories in which God doesn't exist, and then we say God doesn't, there is no need of God. But then, even when you try to study matter, as I just showed you, in area of quantum, you have no solution. Stuck. And you will never be able to have a solution unless you change the very foundation that you are having. Got it? Even in matter they are spinning now. 100 years they are saying it's a shame. We don't know why this theory is working. We know it works. We know how it works. Therefore we can use everything. Now remote everything is using quantum theory. But you don't know why it behaves like that. So this is one area, even in studying matter. Therefore Prabhupada found BI. He said, actually gave them a very revolutionary vision. He said that they have come to this much, tell them to come a little more forward. That's all. There is some truth in what they are speaking. True, what they make is misused, is misinterpreted in so many ways, but there is some truth in it. Take it then a little more forward. Okay. So now this was a study of, we say, matter. In so many ways, actually matter is not as bad as it has been understood because it is studied wrongly, with the wrong foundation. Now if similarly you take it, now let us come to consciousness. Now let us see how they are studying, which we were not aware. What they do is that the body, the mind, the intelligence and the consciousness, they make it one. One, it's one. Therefore, if you are disturbed, they will give you a tablet. How many tablets have come? Antidepressants. Because they think you are depressed, because if they had a knowledge that mind is separate from the body and happiness is the function of the mind, at least on that level, they will not have given a tablet to solve your unhappiness. Because it cannot work. Why it cannot work? Because body is inferior to the mind. You got it? Because if I am the mind, suppose, even at that level they are able to separate the brain and the mind. Brain is nothing but a computer. Previously they had very strange ideas. Even brain they have not properly understood. But somewhat maximum they know it's like a computer. So let us begin from their argument. But at the same time we can't be sure what they are saying because they keep changing. Previously when there were no computers, they thought this is a steam engine. Because steam engine and then train moves. So they thought it's a steam engine. And therefore hand legs start moving. They have so many funny ideas. Before that they thought it was a catapult. Where children could throw that. I don't know how they had that idea. They had all these ideas. It looks like more like a catapult. Keeps jumping from here to there. So anyway, they keep changing, but grant what they are. It's a computer. Okay, because we have to play games. See what happens when you are approaching science and trying to study what they are concluding. You have to now follow only ascending process. You can't do, just like I am studying in KMC, I am studying in Shema, the two different colleges. You can't be in KMC and say I will follow Shema process. They say please go to Shema for that. Now let us come to science itself and study what they are talking about consciousness. But when you are in science, you have to play game according to them. You got it? You have to play game according to them. You can't bring, we will come back to Veda is a different approach. So they have no understanding of mind, intelligence, consciousness. And the example, very nice example is just like suppose you have a sphere. What do you have? A sphere. 3D, you have a model of earth or you have a ball with you. When you take on a mirror, the image is 2 dimensional, not 3 dimensional. Okay? You get an image. Then you take an image on another one, that will become just a line. That is single dimension. And then you take one more, it will become 1 point. Got it? So similarly, even though it is our whole system is in various dimensions, there is consciousness, there is intelligence, there is mind, there is body, they merge into one somehow. I don't know how they do it. But then when they try to develop with the wrong foundation, they're messed up. Their things don't work. They don't have a solution how to make people happy. Correct? They don't have. The science of psychiatry is so well developed in so many countries, but the very psychiatrists are depressed. I met some psychiatrists. Actually, they are most depressed. Because poor fellows, they keep hearing people sad, sad, sad. We ourselves become scared when one person comes and tells every day, suppose. Not one time we're going to tell you, every day. You're a doctor, means every day he'll come. And you have to hear every day, not 100 patients, one after another, all waiting. Actually, previously the relatives used to have affection, they used to hear. And they used to digest and give, some same thing they do, nothing special. Because science they lack. They have zero science of consciousness, so what they do is only that, a shoulder to cry, and person comes this and like that, and we hear like that. And imagine, one time I get scared, because I don't want to hear. There was somebody who used to come and tell his problem every day. And I used to think, if I don't want to, because I used to say, I have to preach in Krishna consciousness, why I have to hear all his problems? You get sick of it. And that's not one, hundreds of them. And neither you have medicine to solve, it will never solve. And then you keep hearing, imagine you become yourself depressed. Sangha sanjayate kama. In fact, it is one thing, if you hear somebody's problem, you are taking his papa karma. It is a law. It's not easy. Therefore, we are not, if you can hear, you should hear. Therefore, people used to go previous to the great saints and tell, because they can digest. They can digest. Just like they will go to great saints, acharyas, and touch their foot. Yes, no problem. They used to give blessings. Means his own punya will, because he is having unlimited punya. He is serving the Lord, or his tapasya is there, lot of punya is there. He can bestow some punya. If you tell you a problem, it may be solved also because of that. And he will burn your papa also. He will take your papa and give you some punya. Previously, it was like that. Just like people used to go to Sanatana Goswami, he was in Vrindavan. And he used to hear, they used to tell this problem and all. He will hear. So that benefit is also plus. At the same time, Sanatana Goswami will say, see, this you cannot do. Family will come fighting, my husband and wife are fighting. They used to go to Sanatana Goswami. He was highly respected in Vrindavan. Sent by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Dhira Adhira Jana, devotees are always dear to everybody. We hear the case about the case, we hear about the Narada, the great sage Narada. He even went to Kamsa used to hear. Everybody likes them. Even demons like them. That's a funny thing. They will instruct him also. They will say, no, Kamsa, if you proceed like this, stop. The great disaster is waiting. Still they will hear. And he will say, no, nothing will happen. Somehow, they are so pure. So people actually, they are not fit to even sit in front of them. But because they are so pure, they are well-wisher for every living entity. So they used to go. So now what happens is that in different platforms it is existing, because somehow they merge it into one, but they have the problems. If you study their biggest problem they are having in consciousness is what is the actuator. Yesterday we heard 1 hour class on artificial intelligence given by Rasaraj Prabhu in a big conference, international conference. And you should hear that class. He was saying mind is a symbol generator. He concluded with that and gave the Vedic model at the end of it. Hundreds of questions, people trying to understand the Vedic model. Because this doesn't work, they know that. They say, what you are doing, one scientist said, he was quoting one by one. Previous to him, few days the conference went on. Study of consciousness within science. That was the conference. International conference. All top experts of it. The one expert said, no, somewhere we have to introduce something in the mind which then merge with the brain. Mind and brain is same for them. Called feel. So when he had to speak, he said, you are avoiding consciousness. You are avoiding consciousness. He is saying the scientist, to the scientist. And you borrowed, somehow, stole from consciousness something called a feel. Why not bring the whole consciousness? Because they can't explain. Because I am feeling. Feeling, atoms don't feel. Electron doesn't feel. Let me go toward neutron now. Electron doesn't feel. It's not good today. Today day is not good. We know it doesn't do. So how do you account for me? Because I feel. I will. Correct? I have free will. Just like they use Newtonian mechanics to explain everything. Newtonian mechanics is deterministic. Deterministic means if I throw a ball, exactly where it will fall, it is true. Correct? Exactly, I can know where it will fall. Within this much second, it will come here, correct? Deterministic. If my brain also behaves in a deterministic way, it's not true now. If I want now, I start chilling here. If I don't want, I don't do it. I'm not so deterministic. True? We don't act like that. Then they are trying to use quantum, but they don't know one word what is quantum. It's a nonsense actually. They can't use it. They don't know what it is. So how much they are confused? Why they are confused? They are removing what they should not remove, the consciousness. And Krishna begins the teaching. Prabhupada therefore makes a fantastic statement. He said, thousands of Nobel Prize, they will come to where Gita begins. There we begin. This is real knowledge. Imagine what confidence is giving his disciples. Thousands of Nobel Prizes, they will come to where we begin. Because they have not come to soul at all. They have to change everything. In fact, one scientist says after all the riddles and mess they are having, these are all real scientists. We are not talking about the showroom scientists. When you go to buy a TV in the showroom, I told this point 2 times already, the showroom fellow will not tell you the problems in the TV. They say this is 37 inch, this is 67 inch, now bigger they are having, this is 87 inch, and it will cost you 4 lakh, and it will have this facility, it has this. He will not tell you the problems. He will never tell you. Problems is the real scientist which is behind an R&D lab, not the showroom. Similarly, the real scientists are splitting their hairs apart, even in understanding matter. Forget about it. Even understanding matter, I showed you the video. And in consciousness, they are gone completely wild. Because more and more now, other elements are coming which they don't know at all. So they have another problem. They say it's like a computer. Okay, I play game according to that. It's a computer. Just like this is there. Now when it is computer has hundreds of programs. And when I click any one of the program, just like click this program, then what happens next? The program comes up. And then I have to choose. Correct? Program will come, then I have to choose. So many options will come. What to do? Should I do this? Correct? Do you want me to do this also? Then you do this next. Now this is a behavior of something called actuator. They have given a word for actuation. Initiator, actuator. Now sir, how can a computer itself actuate? How can a program actuate itself? Put values itself. Today I will work for this value. Actually messed up. And the model that we have is very fine. And that Kathopanishad example is a beautiful example which explains. You don't have to go far. Simple example. The horses are the senses, the chariot is the body, the rope is the mind, the driver is the intelligence, and passenger is the soul. This is worth 1,000 Nobel Prizes in psychology. Perfectly explains the situation. Perfectly what is situated where. The senses take input, therefore senses are higher than the body. Indriyani parani ahu, indriya paramamana. The ropes can control the horses. Indriya paramamana. Manasasu parabuddhi, the driver controls the rope. And yo buddhe parasasu saha, the passenger sitting, is the most highest authority. He says, go there, everything has to follow. Just imagine. It looks so obvious, it looks so simple. We got it like we thought it's no big deal. But today, with their hundreds of years of research in consciousness and mind, they don't have this beautiful formula. And they are spinning. But they will continue to do that because their process is the same. And how we got it? Because our process is the same. We got it so easy form. Similarly, when you try to understand the fundamental creation, we want to understand how the universes come. They try in their ascending way, we take in a descending way. So you can't mix them. Now suppose you say, from science I am to prove God, you can't do it. Therefore one scientist said, when faced with the riddles, even in quantum, he said we have to go back 300, 400 years before when the science started and change things from there. Otherwise, we can't understand these things. He said that, a big Nobel laureate. We have to go back 300 years to the time Newton started. That itself is wrong. We have to change the foundation there, then we will be able to understand this. And one Nobel laureate says something very interesting. He says we have to go to India, to the east, and change our fundamentals in the way of blood transfusion, have a new blood. And then perhaps we can understand these things. Actually, speaking to but the point is, it's not easy. It's not easy. With having produced so many gadgets, where you have so many, therefore it is said technology is the opium of the masses. Why? Because in what condition, in what assumption, with what axioms you have taken a particular thing, you don't know. Mass doesn't know. The real scientists know that. Therefore, things don't work. Just like a layman, now they have so many, contractors. They don't even use engineers. They somehow construct the building themselves. They have an idea. But they don't know the technology they are using. But they don't know under what assumption, approximation, axiom this is there. It may fall down. Because it's just half knowledge. So most of the people, even in science, have a half knowledge. Now when you come to the Vedas, some people try to use ascending in the Vedas. It's wrong. Now you play game according to the Vedas. You can't play game according to the science. Here, when you're trying to understand, don't bring here. And when you're trying to understand this, don't bring it this here. When you're trying to understand science, you say from science I will prove God. You can't do it. Because it's an ascending process. The foundation itself, soul, God are not there. So it's not possible. Scientifically, science can never prove God. It is not possible. It can have a hint. It can have pointers. Perhaps it is God. That Duryodhana also had. In Duryodhana's model, there was no God. But when what happened in the Mahabharata war, when I was reading an instance which I did not know, Karna, when he was on the ground, he was about to be killed by Arjuna, he did some trick. He threw one arrow which stung Arjuna. He became like, oh. Another arrow, he cut his bow, the thread of the bow, so I couldn't. Now next arrow was certain death for Arjuna. And he threw that arrow at Arjuna. There was certain death, nothing could have happened. What Krishna did? He put the chariot down. You know that? So when Duryodhana was seeing all this thing, he was wondering, is he God? Is he God or what? Because certain death avoided. And chariot went down. And then Krishna jumped from the chariot with his own hand. Such a heavy chariot with everything, also he lifted it up and jumped back to the chariot. And Duryodhana saw this. So similarly, they may get a pointer. Scientists also today, when they see funny things happening in terms of this creation or in the consciousness, even in matter, they are saying, perhaps God is there. Yeah, that's okay. But like that you cannot solve. You have to change your foundation. Go back. Go back to your foundation of your philosophy and change it. There are so many fundamental things to be changed. So this thing actually incorporated. So when you study, now we are studying, say you want to know about Paramatma, just like we were trying to understand. Correct? We had our last 2 classes. How even by logic we can ascertain the existence of Paramatma. But you can't see like that. Correct? Essence was that I am getting guidance all the time. That guidance, that intelligence comes from an intelligent source, that is Paramatma. And not only us, the intelligence is all pervading. When animals are very clever, all pervading this intelligence. So therefore we can understand that yes, Paramatma is there. But we want to see it. Now when you come to the Vedic line, stop ascending process, it's a descending process. You have to say yes. Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhu. Oh, Mattas sarvam pravartate. I am the source of everything. Mattas, everything having come. Iti matva bhajante ma. If you understand what will happen to you, Bhudamava samrita. You will fully surrender to me. So we can understand the whole process is descending. Krishna says, Hridayesh Arjuna tishtati. Ishvara sarva bhutana. Hridayesh Arjuna tishtati. Now you accept this. My Lord, I heard that you are sitting in the heart. Please accept my praise. Therefore, why is saying therefore? As Shukadeva Goswami shown you God, therefore, why is he saying? Therefore, all the time hear about the Lord. Yes, that is the process. That's the process in this. You may say how it is. But the point is that when you are hearing the very vibration, if it is emanating from a realized soul, spiritual, And then what happens? Everything happens. Something mystic happens. I give that example many times. Now, suppose there is iron rod, which is like you touch it. You are not there. We give even better example. We say we are worshipping the deity. What is worship? Worship means bathe, address, food. Just like a child will take care of the deity, correct? People protest, no, why idol worship? Why not idol worship? What you are doing at home? You are also feeding, bathing your children. That is also idol worship. What is the difference? There is no difference. This is made of actually this is made of panchadhatu or gold. That is or marble. That is made of bones, flesh, so many things. Same thing you are doing, no? At home, everybody is doing idol worship actually. But the difference is, you may say, no, I am doing it because I enjoy it. I also enjoy it. How can you say? When you have a right to do, I also have a right to do. But you may say, then I don't understand how you are enjoying. Then I don't understand how you are enjoying. I don't understand how you are enjoying a packet of bones and all you are feeding, bathing, how you are enjoying. I don't understand. So you don't understand. But you may say, okay, at least, how do I understand? He said, you have to follow the process. Or then you say, actually, can I understand? Yeah, you can understand this much. Just like an iron rod, when it is hot, it looks like an iron rod only. And it touches, your hand will burn. So similarly, it is also a form only. Metal, pancha, or marble, so much marble is there. But when you worship, you can see the heat. You can feel the heat. Or like a wire is there. When you pass current in it, it gives you a shock. You may say it's only wire, no, it's wire. Touch it. So similarly, you may feel it's only a form of bigger marble. No, sir. Touch, no. Touch in the sense you relate. You feel electricity. You get a shock. So in this way, actually, when you follow the process, but this process you have to take in a descending way. You cannot take it as, don't make the mistake of taking the scientific process when you go to Vedas. Vedas are descending, not ascending. You save your time. Actually. You save your time. As the Prabhupada said, after 1,000 Nobel Prizes, they will come to where Gita begins. You save your time. And therefore, we directly begin the devotion service. And here, the purport Prabhupada is focused upon hearing. Hearing is extremely important. Among the Navavida Bhaktis, it's a mystic process. Don't take it, it is just academically, I am hearing, yeah, that's happening. So many logic, so many understanding, you are getting to understand, yes, I am a spirit soul, we are getting mind is becoming fixed upon that. But that's only mechanical. No, you not see God by that. No. Because it is glorification of the Lord, because it is coming from the lips of a pure devotee, it is also transcendental. It's powerful. You may say, so much text I have here, I read this Harry Potter, I read this Krishna. What is the difference finally? Punya Shravana Kirtana and full Papa. Sharvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana, Sanvatam Gramya Katha Papa Shravana Kirtana. If you hear Gramya Katha, it is only inauspicious. But here, auspicious is coming. Why? It is mystical. You can't understand. Krishna is a Dokshaja. He cannot be seen. Even though all his potencies are here, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, we read the 10th chapter last time. He says, everything is me, this is also me, this is also me, this is also me. All metal energy, once is different, not different from Krishna. Correct? At the same time, it is not Krishna. At the same time, it is. It says, see by this mystic offerings. Correct? Krishna says that. The same way, what happens is that it is. So therefore, what is the use of such kind of God which I can never perceive? Is beyond. What you are perceiving is beyond that. But one of his kindness of this God is, he becomes perceivable in this world in his own ways. If you follow certain ways, he becomes perceivable, even though he is inconceivable. When you serve him with love, he becomes manifest in this world. Correct? So when you hear about Krishna, that is so pleasing to Krishna. We are also anyway very happy. We are sample Krishna. So we can know when you go somewhere and you come to know, everybody is talking about you. How happy you feel. You feel happy or not? Arey yaar, yesterday we were talking about you. You were so happy. And you enter a whole class was talking about, whole college is talking about, whole world is talking about. That's why all politicians. I remember once we went to politician's house. All newspaper is sitting, he's looking for his picture. And every day there. He's a rasa, same rasa that we are having, but they are saying, oh, whole city is talking about me. See, my photo is there. I said this, I said that. They are having that rasa. Similarly, even Krishna Balaram, when they went to Vrindavan, the gopis and Subhadra, the three of them were there. And inside, the gopis are talking about Krishna. And Krishna Balaram were hearing outside without their knowledge that they are hearing. What happened? They came in such an ecstasy, so happy they became. That's the Jagannath deity was formed. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra is formed in that way. Because Krishna can change his form in ecstasy. That's how Krishna Jagannath Baldev Subhadra formed. You know that? Huge eyes. So Krishna becomes very happy when you hear about him. Actually, he becomes happy because it is good for you, not that he is satisfied. So when devotees glorify, and that is how the Hindu Dharma has collapsed. Hinduism is called Buddhism. Why? Nobody hears. They go to temples, they do ritual, everything, but they don't have time to hear. Tell them, sit down, you hear Bhagavad Gita. Time is. They go to temples and puja, do something, they pray, and they get up. They have no time to hear. Somebody we told, no, why don't you go to this temple? Yeah, I want to go. I say, your parents are coming, that is a problem. I said, why? No, that Madha Teko Nikdo. They go to temple and North India is Madha Teko, you pay obeisance and get up. They will not hear. Because they don't hear, then they create all nonsense ideas. So therefore Krishna is saying, please hear. So not only you get correct idea, the very process is very powerful, it is mystic. And Krishna will establish in the heart if we hear properly from the right source. Okay. And that is a process of Vedic process. We hear, but another point why we are hearing from authority. It's a descending process. You are getting perfect picture how the world is situated. Therefore Prabhupada used to say, you know everything. You know Krishna, you know his mother's name, you know his father's name, we have his address, and we know we are going to go there. Correct? Therefore Prabhupada says we are so peaceful. And the material world happens? No. They don't have correct information of how the things are situated. And then therefore you see how the material news every day. What happens? So much uncertainty is there. We open newspaper every day. What happened? What happened? A big plane about to crash in America. Oh, so many people died. So many people missing. Oh, every day. Same situation. But devotee doesn't have this situation. My situation, yes, I know about Krishna. I know I have to go back to Krishna. I am his servant. Definitely Krishna will give me protection. And he's so peaceful. Okay? For that, he has to hear. So that's the process of the business. Okay? Anything, any questions, clarifications?
Prabhu, you said that if you hear bad things,
Inauspicious vibration
yes,
by inauspicious people.
you guys, everybody is inauspicious except you.
That's what Prabhupada said. Prabhupada said that. What did Prabhupada say? Prabhupada said that inauspicious vibration. Purport. Wait, look at that line where it is. Where that came. Where? Third line, fourth line, fifth line.
Then certain Vedic literature, it will become a victim to the impious sounds vibrated by impious man who degrade the standard.
If the human society gives itself to the process of hearing the Vedic literature, it will not become a victim to the impious sounds vibrated by impious man who degrade the standard of the total society. See, you can't stop hearing. Ears are there, sounds are going in. And this is the most active sense. Even in dreaming, we hear. And sometimes we do funny things. It happened to you also. In the dream, you put what the sound is coming. Suppose people are fighting outside and you are sleeping. In the dream, it goes on. Ears are very active, even in dream time. You hear some alarm bell, in the dream it adds up. It adds up to the dream also. Sometimes it is there. Funny things happen. So it is most active. So if you do not hear the Vedic literature, you will hear something else. You will hear something else. You will hear some nonsense. Inauspicious sound vibrated by inauspicious people. You will hear. So what are the questions?
My question is, the people who are sitting in here, except me, are all pious. And the people who are outside are all impious. I, being impious man, will always associate with these impious people, hear hundreds of problems every day. So what will be the condition of me?
How to handle now?
I try to solve 100 problems every day, but I couldn't. I will solve honestly 10 problems, but 90 problems will remain as a problem.
Now see what happens. It's a science. When you are hearing, the person is expressing his desires, which are with the force of Maya. If you hear submissively to somebody, the inauspicious sound carries with it Maya also with the force. Just like suppose somebody is a drug addict and you hear him submissively. They say, no, Sangha Sanjayate Kama. Company will spoil a person, parents are worried. What is the company my child is having? Why? Because once you hear submissively, then what happens is that desire comes to your heart with the force of mind. If he has cultivated thinking, feeling, willing, then activity happens. If he is already addicted to acting level, and he tells you how nice it is actually, so nice it is. You hear that submissively, that desire comes in your heart with the force, and it pushes you for that activity immediately, even though you are not cultivated that desire. The same thing comes to spiritual life. Somebody has been serving Krishna. He gives a desire with realization. How sweet it is. Just like we hear Prabhupada. You know, Prabhupada is telling one devotee, a lady devotee says, Prabhupada asked me, Krishna is so beautiful. You know that? Prabhupada, I don't know that. I can't say. Krishna is so beautiful. And to this day, she keeps remembering that line from Prabhupada. Krishna is so beautiful. And it has sustained her Krishna consciousness. It is not just a blind faith. Yes, because it is a statement from a pure devotee, it comes with the realizations. You got it? You are getting together. One thing is theory, one thing is realization. You get a package together. Take. Just like ready, you know. You get a thing, it is installed. Just like you get some program, it is installed, it is ready to use. Package. You get ready. Therefore, sadhu sangha is very important. Because every devotee has some realization. You get that, keep it with you. And you can practice it, it will add up to your spiritual life. But here, in material life also, it is not just a theory when a person is speaking. You are not hearing from something, you are hearing from a person with a desire. Like machine can also produce some sound. There is no more desire in it, nothing. Machine can also, you give a text to it, it can speak the text. But there is no feelings with it. And a person says, how nice it was, yesterday I saw a movie, what it was, and you are submissive and you are respected, you are gone. Therefore, it is said, we should have perfect picture. Brahma and Shiva are like servants of the Lord. And even Indra is like an insect, Kita, in front of the Lord. Insects. So what are these people in this world? You should know they are insects. Insects. And there was once Prabhupada, devotees went to Prabhupada, and they were telling Prabhupada about how degraded America is. They're doing all obnoxious things. They can't even repeat it. People do. Just like this. Some minister asked some woman, I want a young girl. I don't know how to speak the words he was using. It's North Indian words, Hindi words. Turtle. So when you hear, this is how it is actually this world. So when this vibration in this world, if you are respecting that person just because he's a minister or just because he's the richest man in this world, and you are respecting him for all that nonsense, then when he speaks, for whatever reason you respect him, that desire goes in your heart with the realization. Material, sense gratification realization will destroy your spiritual life. You have to be very careful. Therefore, we should know Kanishthadhikari, mentally respect. Madhyamadhikari, respect. Uttamadhikari, surrender. Uttamadhikari, every word he speaks, let the whole vibration go inside us. Full realization is there. One line of what you read from his book or what you hear can take you back to Krishna. One line. That girl can keep meditating whole life. Krishna is so. That's all. Go back. Sadhus, lava madhava sadhu sangha sarva siddhi. Why it is said like that? Because the moment association, because what he's speaking is a realization that can awaken the soul completely. It has that much power. Now here, when you hear in metal world, why it is inauspicious sound? Because it is infected with full maya. All forcefully it is infected. Therefore, why it is inauspicious? There is nothing auspicious in auspicious. Correct? It is inauspicious because it is infected with all kind of viruses and germs of maya. And Krishna, it is infected with all beautiful pleasures of loving service to Krishna. Therefore, we have to choose where do we hear.
My question
So
is-
no, so therefore when let me complete. So Prabhupada was sitting on the roof, some temple in America, and they were telling to Prabhupada. Prabhupada then said, two things he said. Number one, they are not human beings, they are animals. You should see them like animals. And then be careful when you deal with animals. Because when you deal with a dog, he'll bark and may bite also. So you have to be careful. So, but at heart, you should know I am meeting a minister also. I am meeting an animal. But I have to be careful. We are careless, they'll bite and they'll bark. You have to be careful. Because you have to be practical. You are going and dogs are there. Now if you are careless, they'll bite. So you have to be careful also. But because in the heart you are already lost respect, because you know, there is no need to hear them. Because even they are speaking, no problem. Because practical dealing, you can't say, no, I'm not going here to my boss, he's a dog. Yeah. We don't respect. So when moment that the heart respect is not there, even if he speaks, it will not damage you. Yeah. It's like dogs are barking, they don't get disturbed. Keep barking. Therefore, association is the key. There are 6 ways of association that we don't do with them. We don't reveal our mind. Array, today I heard Bhagavatam class, it was so nice. I heard what is the real difference between descending and ascending. Something I understood today. Correct? You don't reveal your mind to a nonsense fellow. Don't do that. And he wants to reveal his mind. Array, what enjoyment is what yesterday. Aha, what movie I saw. You don't want to hear. And then, he said, come here, I'll give you a treat in a hotel. As far as possible, we practically try to avoid. But sometimes there may be office parties, then they know he eats vegetarian. But no way we're going to eat non-veg. Correct. But as far as possible, we avoid. There was one boy, his friends used to every weekend invite him. He was doing a job in Bangalore. So I told him, don't tell, mother has called me, father has called, some function is there. So after 6 months, they told him, every week you have a function at home. Intelligently he was avoiding, So that way, intelligently we can avoid inviting for dinner at our place or we going, because then, we don't want to mix so closely with them. And then next week, giving gifts, sir, to your birthday today, I want to give you a gift. And he says, for your gift, we keep our distance. We keep our, just like a doctor, when he may go to an infected place, he has to do work, but he's careful. He doesn't get infected. I think enough for today. Prabhupada says how to do work in this world. Uninterested in Karma Yoga, purport Prabhupada says. Uninterested, disinterested, obligatory duty. I'm not interested actually, but I have to do it. Disinterested. Not. Real interest is, I want to hear about Krishna. Obligatory, it has to be done. I have to take on some role in the society. Society is giving me money. I have to reciprocate. Something I have to do.
Now,
That's my duty.
1 minute. That's not the problem. Yes. It's not obligatory as we have been paid salary. What about the Bhagavatam is transformed to me? When you hear the
Inauspicious
words
vibration.
from an inauspicious person, it automatically comes to me.
No,
I have
it comes.
loaded with the karma.
Yeah, no. That's why you will not be loaded. You have to be just like a doctor does work. Potentially it is inauspicious. Potentially. Because it's loaded with germs and all. When a doctor is dealing with patients, patients are loaded with germs only. He has to hear. Correct? So what he has to do? He has to be careful. He has to see that he doesn't get those germs. That we have to learn the art. That is called Krishna consciousness. art of living. They say, no, art of living.
Art of-
Nonsense, they are speaking art of living. Real art of living is this. You should know that they are in germs only and adding more germs. What art of living they are? Real art of living is you do not forget Krishna. Ma Manusmara. Krishna told Arjuna, you fight, but don't forget me. That is art of living. Not about something else. Srila Prabhupada ki